Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Show. Looking at the NBA here on Saturday. Got 9 games to choose from. I've got a few bets down on the card already. Want to go through those with you and the strong leans that I'm looking at before I do get those bets down on the card. Also want to go through how we did on Friday, which was wonderful. Another 5-1 there. So we're 13-2, up more than 10 units now over the last 2 days. Feeling really good. Going to have a little VIP sale for you guys. For those of you who want to get it in on the access, we're going to get a little discount going for you. Go over that in just 1 sec as well. Also want to hear from you guys. So jump in the comments. Give me your best bet of the day. Those that I like with the reason as well. If I like the reason for the best bet of the day, then I'll go ahead and showcase you guys on the live show today, which we're doing at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays. So definitely jump in the comments. Give me your best bet with a little bit of the reason. I'll showcase my favorites on the live show today. If that all sounds good, give this video a like. Let's get right into it. 5-1 plus 3.9 units. That is how we do it. So now we're feeling really good about 58.6 units up on the season. All those bets that felt really good, PJ Washington, Chris Middleton, those were all third quarter cashes. Kelly Oubre was a third quarter cash. Nikola Jokic was very much so not a third quarter cash. We had to wait till the end of the fourth quarter where he hit a game breaking open 3-pointer, right, to break the tie there and eventually get the win for the Denver Nuggets against Philly. Very scared there at the end. We're the Nuggets fans, but he pulled that one out by getting his second 3 with like 40 seconds left in the game. A little bit of a weird look, but we loved it at plus money and it hit. So we'll keep moving forward with it. Devin Booker, dimes, 7 of them were even money against the Dubs team that he's gone over this number in 4 straight. Plus, this is the exact type of team that you want to take assists for the lead ball handler and point guard. That's Devin Booker, right? The Dubs give up a ton off the spot up. So that was really easy to find someone who's going to find all those spot up shooters. It was Devin Booker. Nice, easy third quarter cash for him as well. Vooch, not a third quarter cash, ended up losing by a couple, even though he had the best quarter maybe of his life in the first quarter. And that did us in. He had 12-6 in the first quarter. And after that, pretty normal game that he probably would have gone around 27, 28 PR. I mean, he barely got any in the second half. So whatever. I mean, the unders have not worked out well for us this season. So we'll see how many more of those we feel like playing. But we are feeling good about the way we're still moving up towards the 60 units here. Hopefully getting above that today. So quicker, if you do want to jump in, we do have code heating up. I added a few more of those. Ran out of the 10 that I made 10 more for you guys. If you'd like 50% off your first month in the VIP and get in on this action, you can get 50% off that first month using that code heating up. And I do want to make clear, doing a lot more inside the VIP there than just the expert picks and analysis. Although you do get the write-ups and the reasoning with everything, you also get access to the guest cappers in there. A lot of really good conversations going on in the VIP chat to bring picks, looks, and to help each other out with some strategies and overall betting tips. I also provide those for you. One-on-one betting consultations. If you do jump into VIP, you have access to twice a month. We can go ahead and meet. I'm helping you guys trim some of those bad sports betting habits and add some good ones so that you can win over the long term here. Stop having to reach around for the wallet and add more money to the account. So hope to see you guys in the VIP or at the very least in the live show where I will be showcasing some of those picks. So jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. And let's get right into what I've got here for Saturday. As we jump into Saturday here, I'm always going to be using propsmadness.com. That is the site that you'll be seeing here on this episode and everything moving forward, including on that live show. So if you do want to get in on the action on this tool, which is the best tool for getting quick, efficient, and accurate bets here, use code LYB when you sign up. That'll get you 25% off your first month. You can also get a free 7-day trial using that code when you jump in there. Test it out to see if you guys like it for yourselves. And definitely jump in the comments with any questions you have about it. I'm happy to go over this stuff. This is what we do on the live show. Go in depth a little bit more and show you guys how to use this tool. But first play I'm looking at here is in the first game that we've got tipping off at 5 p.m. Eastern today, Magic and the Yaz. And I'm going with John Collins. It's still low. I'm tripping over my words to tell you how much I like this bet because it's still low. 14.5 points for a dude. Yes, 18.5 points on the season. It's over in 16 of his last 19. I believe he's played a few more games this year. He's up at 29 games, 18 a game, 22 out of the 29 games he's gone over this number. That's not enough, though, right? That's not enough reasoning to get into it. We need to see because the minutes, right? He hasn't played as many minutes since he's come back. 28, 26, and 28 in the last 3 games that he's played since he's been back from about a month or 2 long injury. That's taken him out for a while. So we want to look at this and say, well, let's cap his minutes. Let's say he plays 25. He's been playing anywhere from 25 to 30 since he came back. So let's say he plays 25 minutes and we still cap him at about 30 minutes because we don't think he's going to play more than that. He's done that 8 times this season. He's gone over in 6 of them, and he's averaging 17.5 points. So this is just too low. Now, the matchup is not the best matchup of all time. If we scroll down here on Props Madness, we can see a lot of the stuff he likes to do and how he likes to score. When we look at the play type analysis, you should see the most of his points are coming off of spot up. Not a great shot that you want to take against the Magic because they limit spot up shooters because they really stick to their men on the wings and don't allow guys to get open. So they're the best team limiting spot up shots, and that is how John Collins scores a lot of his shots. You can see here 16% from above the break three, 9% and 5% from the corners. So about 25% of his shots are going to be about spot up shots from the 3-point line. Makes sense, but I'm still not worried about it because he can also score off the free throw. He can score off tip-ins and going to the rim. So his versatility is definitely something that I like no matter which team he's playing against, especially when we have this low of a number. It's just too low with the minutes. It doesn't matter how good the defense is. I mean, we've got the Timberwolves, the Thunder, both 2 of the top 10 defensive teams in the league, still going over very consistently. So this is 14.5, minus 110 on ESPN Bet, minus 113 on Caesars. I think this is a good bet up to minus 125 at 14.5 points. So that's the first look here for the day is John Collins over just on his points alone. Moving to the Nuggets and the Hornets here. Got to go with my man, Christian Brown. And I'm glad that I waited a few more minutes to record this episode for you guys because Russell Westbrook just ruled out. So we are going to have a lot more opportunity for Christian Brown to get his in this game. I mean, he's been relegated to the bench. Now he'll probably be back in that starting lineup. And I took him on the points and rebounds. I took this last 17.5 at Bet Rivers, but I would play the 18.5 PR for Christian Brown as well for those of you looking for these bets right here. This is an ideal moment in time for Christian Brown. You've got a very bad opponent in the Charlotte Hornets right now, who gave the Clippers a run for their money. I'm not ready to just say the Nuggets are going to blow this team out. They had a very tough matchup in Philly last night. We saw a lot of guys have to play a lot of minutes, including Jamal Murray, who played 40. Obviously, now Russ is out in this one. Julian Strawther, Christian Brown, those are the guys that I'm looking at in this game. So I've already got the bet on Christian Brown, and I have not yet ruled out the bet on Julian Strawther. But this is heavily predicated on minutes and fit, right? And if he gets, we got to be looking at like 35, 36 minutes for Christian Brown in this one, because he did play 31 last night, but this is one of the young guys on this aging Denver Nuggets team. You've still got Aaron Gordon with his issues. He's probably still going to be in the starting lineup, but he's still at a cap of like no more than 32. It's a back-to-back. Wouldn't even be surprised if he was a late scratch himself, to be honest, right? As we just saw for Russ. So Christian Brown's the guy that's going to step up with, I think, really low props. 17.5 is a steal. He's at 19 on the season, right? And granted, he's played a lot of games without a lot of guys. This is going to be one of those games without Russ to take about 26, 28 minutes from him and to be getting a lot of the stats that he would normally be getting. If you look at this matchup versus Charlotte, I mean, it's good in every way, shape, or form. If you're looking at the points alone, there's a lot of guys that play like Christian Brown that are going to do really well against this Hornets team. Now, they are good against the spot up and against transition. I will say that for Charlotte. But how good are they? And how much do you trust these numbers when this is not even the team full of the players that are going to be out there are not the starters or the ones that they intended to be playing and have been playing most of the season? We will be getting some Mark Williams out there, so he might be a little bit better at protecting the rim. You can see here, Christian Brown is taking 61% of his shots going to the bucket at the rim, and they are 23rd, I should say, the Charlotte Hornets, limiting points inside the next to the rim inside the paint. So he's going to keep getting his going to the bucket, playing off those back cuts from Jokic. The time, the volume, everything I think is really good for him. I like adding the rebounds because that is something that Russ got in there and helped clean up a bunch. And now Christian Brown's going to be that guy who's just sort of the shot out of a cannon dude that they're going to send out into transition. He's going to lead the break, and he's going to be playing really good defense and getting those boards. So love Christian Brown today over 17.5 or over 18.5 points and rebounds. And on that live show, we will be looking again at Julian Strawther. Might already have a bet on him that I throw in the VIP here in just a minute. So stay tuned for that. Hope to see you guys at that live show, 4:30 p.m. Eastern today. One more reminder, go ahead and give this video a like if you're still getting anything out of what we're doing here. And let's move to the Knicks and the Lakers. What a historic matchup. We're going to be in New York tonight for this one at the Garden on a Saturday. I mean, it doesn't get better than this, man. So I got to have at least a couple bets in this one. And the one that I'm looking at right now, I don't have this down on the card yet. This is still a lean. It's Jalen Brunson and it's his dimes. But we've got to look at the fact that Josh Hart, if you pull this up, is questionable. It says game time decision. I think he's playing. But I also think that we're going to get a better price on the 7.5 once Josh Hart is ruled in. So that's the only reason I'm waiting on the Brunson assist. This is a bet that I plan on playing against the Lakers. I just want to wait for Josh Hart to be ruled in and see this probably give us a better price. I don't know if we're going to get to 6.5 assists to be able to take that over, but I do think at the very worst, we're going to have like minus 110 or better. So there's no reason to jump on it when I think the odds are going to move in our favor once we get the Josh Hart news that he's officially listed in. And that might not come until 15 minutes before the tip, because that's how the Knicks do us with their injury reports. But it is something worth waiting on because we'll get a much better price, right? If we just wait, we can get maybe even money even for over 7.5 for Jalen Brunson on the dimes. And what I'm looking at here is mostly how the Lakers are playing defense these days, which is, by the way, really well, I should say, at least better than it was, and specifically against point guards. That's where they're doing a lot better. Last year, the Lakers were bottom 3, bottom 4, limiting point guard points. This year, they're in the top 5, limiting point guard points because Max Christie is a much, much better defender than is D'Angelo Russell, obviously. So that's a big reason why they've also increased their ability to limit points above the break. They're 16th, whereas they were like 27th, 28th last season in terms of limiting player points above the break threes. We know Jalen Brunson can score in a variety of ways, but you also look at the pick and roll ball handler here. They're 6th, limiting points to the pick and roll ball handler, and which is what we know Jalen Brunson wants to do. Plus, they're 4th, limiting free throws. So if you can limit the primary ball handler from scoring off the pull up, and you can limit free throws the way that this Lakers team has done all season, you can limit Jalen Brunson. But it also just leads to him having more opportunities to get those assists, right? So I love that for one. I also love Cat assists. I love both these players and their dimes today against this team. With AD out there, you get 4 for even basically close to even money. You can get minus 105 on DraftKings. But one of the things I really love here, if you look at play type analysis against the Lakers, look at dribble handoff. They are 29th, limiting the handoff. And that is a lot of what Cat is able to do when he's at the high post. That's where he lives, right? Is at the high post, right at the top of the free throw line. And then he has guys running off of him around the circle like Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and they get that ball from him, driving to the basket for assist opportunities. So I think he's going to have another 6 to 7 potential assists in this game, which should be good enough for 4 of them at this point. Haven't bet this either because I do think the assists for Cat are going to look a lot better once Josh Hart is ruled in. When he's ruled in, all these numbers are going to come into our favor a little bit more, and he is going to be ruled in, man. Like, you have to cut off Josh Hart's leg. Plus, you've got the revenge narrative against his old team in the Lakers who didn't think he was worth a damn, and now he's one of the best, swing players in the league with the most versatility. I think Josh Hart's going to play. I think he's going to have a good game, but I think other guys are going to have some assists, specifically Brunson and Cat. So we'll wait for that the injury news to come down, and then we'll definitely be looking at betting over on both of those guys' assists. All right, hope to see you guys on the live 4:30 p.m. Eastern today, 1 hour earlier than we normally do. Also still have those codes that I just added now. Heating Up is the code to get you 50% off on the VIP access there. Hit me up if you have any questions about that, but really happy to have a bunch of you guys jumping in over the course of the last couple of weeks. Got some expert cappers in there alongside me, giving you the expert picks and analysis so you know why we're doing what we're doing here. And there's the opportunity for those one-on-one sports betting consultations. So definitely hope to help you guys out with that, help you pick up some of these good habits to do the research the right way, essentially. But hope to see you guys on the live show today. Bring your bets, jump in those comments, and jump in these comments as well. Just another reminder there so that I can go ahead and pick my favorite ones to showcase on the live show today. So see y'all there. And until I do, happy betting.